Radio Free America, and this is Uncle Sam with music and the truth until dawn. Right now, I got a few words for some of our brothers and sisters in the occupied zone. The chair is against the wall. The chair is against the wall. John has a long mustache. John has a long mustache. It's 12 o'clock, Americans, another day closer to victory. And for all of you out there on or behind the lines, this is your song.
And welcome everybody to our Daily Gun Show. We come to you live every day at midnight Eastern. That's 9 p.m. Pacific for about an hour each night. We do 3 gun-related topics, different topics throughout the week. We run it live on YouTube. We simulcast it over at gunchannels.com, where we're watching the comments from the people that are following the show live. We're also watching the comments over on the YouTube. We'll take the best of the shows and post them up on the iTunes as a podcast. So we appreciate everybody that watches the show live, and as well as people that listen to it after on the various platforms, especially those that take the time to leave us some feedback, to subscribe to the channels, and to like all the different ways that you can interact with those platforms. Let us know you're out there, so we appreciate that. It's nice to see numbers happen, but more importantly, it's exercising your tool. The platform that you're using is a tool, and your interaction with it with intent is how you guide that tool to either do or show the kind of stuff you want to see. So by liking and subscribing and commenting on our videos, you're creating interactions that help our shows to be recommended to more listeners. So we do appreciate that. And if you need some sort of proof, of that happening, it's theory most of the time when we talk about these things. We have to go on basically techno faith, I guess, that these systems work. But we saw just recently with Patreon that a bunch of people did a massive outcry when they changed the policy. They saw that, they reacted, and I guess did not go with the change of policy. So there's definitely value to these efforts. That's why we recommend. That's why we encourage it at the beginning of the show each day. Let's see. We have hosts. Bob's jumping in from Canada. Thanks for joining.
Howdy ho, friends and neighbors.
And then we got Jimmy jumping in from the Phoenix. The Phoenix.
Hey, good to be here.
And what'd you do to G? You just threw him out.
I'm just electric. What can I say?
Give you a little bit of power, and man.
Well, that net neutrality, man, it's just getting me.
Yeah, I think we also gave Jimmy too much power. You can hear it in his voice.
It's one of those things where if you give someone absolute power, it's not that it's going to corrupt them. It's just that they're tempted to use it, to wield that power. Otherwise, it's like they don't even have it. We suffer.
So you're saying like Jimmy's like Weinstein?
Weinstein? No. So,
yeah, no.
We're in episode 463. It's a Wednesday, so we'll be doing entertainment topics. We come up with our topics on Monday, so a lot of these topics came up from people in the audience, so we appreciate your helping to guide the show. That means the show isn't following the news of the day like the show we just listened to, which he was only listening to the news of the year, actually. But it was actually kind of fun. But as an alternative to that, we do talk about the news of the day. It's important. That way when we go out to our school, our work, our churches, our civic organizations, just on the street. I was at a laundromat today. Conversation might have come up. Who knows? The more prepared we are to have those conversations, to know the other points of view, and to have had previous conversations, the better off we are. But in our show, since we do so much of that on the other shows, we try to do a different thing. So what we're doing is gun-related topics, but topics that just come from the audience, and we just touch on things you can hopefully again take out to the real world. Conversations with your friends or your family or people at the range or at the gun shop or the gun show or whatever it might be. Anyway, today we have entertainment. We'll be talking about sex and guns. So that's why Bob showed up today. Then we got good idea, bad idea. Talking about gun furniture in the house. I think that's the hide gun type of furniture specifically. And then on Wednesdays, we do the hashtag Daily Gun Show Showdown. So you still have time if you use the Instagrams and you post pictures up there. Then we encourage you to use the hashtag Daily Gun Show. When you do, we're about to go look at those pictures. We had 1,340 of them last week, so hopefully we'll have many more than that this week. And we'll go through them and judge them. And we'll tell you what the best picture on the Instagram is this week. course, we do the gun shop of the day and the gun of the day and all kinds of other stuff. But anything to dig into? Like I say, it's neat with the new time slot. We get to judge all the other shows that happened before us. And today's Wednesday, so we had an interesting one with Ghost that was out of nowhere, Clover, and then Matt just finished a long chat looking back at the year 2017.
Yeah, I missed that one.
That sounds like it would have been an aggravating chat.
It was definitely an interesting one. So if it's okay with you guys, we're going to talk about Kathy Griffith for the rest of this show.
Oh, what about Kathy Griffith? What'd she do now?
We're definitely not going to even mention her again. So if you do want to hear more about weird stuff like that, go watch Matt's chat. He's been doing that now. You could call him the godfather of the grandfather or the godfather. I don't know. Whichever's older of YouTube chats. He's basically been doing them consistently on Wednesday, longer than anyone, hands down. And he's got it down. He really likes doing them and does them well. So check it out on Never Enough Ammo. Mondays does a nerd geek chat where they talk about stupid nerd stuff. And then on Wednesdays, they talk about politics and guns.
We should call him the great grandfather of chats.
Not that old, though.
Oh, he's so great.
I think I'm older than him. And I've been doing chats longer than him. So he can be the godfather or maybe the grandfather. But there's no way he's the great grandfather.
So then you're the patriarch of chats?
Oh, no. I'm not trying to suggest I've been doing them longer. But I definitely know that I invited Matt into one of mine. So I know that I'd technically been doing at least a day or two longer than him.
Uh-huh.
Anyhow, so and no, I just discovered them. We actually were doing what's it
You
called?
discovered that?
Back in the day. What?
Oh, it just sounded like you said you discovered Matt. I was just thinking, okay, and that's like.
Well, Matt was a viewer of mine. I didn't watch his channel or nothing, but we would do live stuff on Blog TV back then, which was a different platform, like a different website, Blog TV. Maybe it was blog.tv. I forgot. Anyway, it was some other website, and it was okay. It wasn't the first. We had done live stuff on a thing called QIX off the phone, long time ago. When we would go to SHOT Show, we could turn on quick on the phone, and we would have live conversations with people all the way up to SHOT Show, just like we do in the lobbies. It was actually just like a lobby, but it was with a cell signal, and that worked all the way up to Vegas from Tucson. So we would have like 8-hour chats. There'd be like that window between Phoenix and whatever it is, wherever you got that dead air there for a bit. But otherwise, we had pretty good signal. Anyhow, after that came Blog TV, and that was more of a web-based thing. So it was tougher to do that one on the phone. I don't know if they even let you do it on the phone, but I was trying to do a quiz, actually. I pointed my laptop, my webcam, at a kind of a shelf, I guess you'd call it, like a table up against a wall. And I had I forget what I was actually doing, but I had like 3 things, and they kept getting like 3 buckets or 3 cups or something, and I kept putting prizes in them. Like every time somebody get a question right or something. And I don't know if I had Matt on as a guest or as a contestant. And I was trying to play with that system, trying to play with the live interactivity of a stream that let me talk and then other people chat. I was like, well, how can we make this into a game show? And like I said, I don't know if Matt won or what, but he decided that was cool, and he started doing Blog TV after that show. And then whenever we did that for a while, for maybe a year we did that, and that's when Yankee first came around and started coming into there and chatting. And I don't think Yankee ever joined in live or nothing. He would just come into the chat room. We all had different color fonts back then. So Yankees was like some goofy color, like blue or purple or something. So everybody knew when he was there. And he was just being weird. He was being Yankee, right? So we would be doing these live chats on Blog TV. And I don't think we could record them, but I figured if I could screen capture it, then I could record it, and then I could push it up to YouTube. So I was trying to figure out if YouTube had a way to screen capture. And that's when I found live chat. And that was like probably the day they invented it, or I was doing YouTube as a full-time thing then. So I was on YouTube all the time, constantly. And I was digging around trying to find a screen capture thing, and like, boom, all of a sudden there's this thing that says live chat. So I opened it up and I went live right then. And Yeah, and then we didn't have to use Blog TV anymore. Matt still did a Blog TV show for like 6 months or something. He did it for a long time because it was still like his custom or whatever. He was used to it. But he would do like a Blog TV show for an hour and then go over to YouTube and do the new YouTube Hangout for an hour. And that was the end of 2012. That was still the beginning of 2012. And that's when Matt's chat turned into all the people from Blog TV that couldn't be in the chat in Blog TV. So they would come over and be in the chat on YouTube. That would have been early 2012, I guess. And then we went on the tour, me and Haas went on the tour, and we would jump into the various live chats and do the live chats from the cop car, back in 12. And then Sandy Hook, and then 13, and Every Second Matters, and Gun Channels, and that you fast forward up to today. So there's a little walk down memory lane. How'd that start with freaking Kathy freaking G?
Yeah.
Jerk. So
I blame her for it too. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm blaming her. Her and the fact that we do this at midnight now. So
I like
gun websites. I've always been gun websites on everything since 2004. So what I was on Blog TV, it was gun websites. I wasn't the biggest channel over there. The Blog TV, the biggest channels were girls. Girls would just sit there and do their homework or look at the camera and make kissy faces or balance shit on their boobs. It didn't matter what they did. They had all the money. They were the ones making all the views. On Blog TV, the more views you had, the closer to the top of the front page you got. So every once in a while, we'd have a chat that got to the front page, but it was always surrounded by a bunch of girls just showing their boobs, doing their live feeds.
Yeah, go figure. And now Twitch TV, that's all it is. Or Twitch, yeah.
Snapchat.
I don't know, I've never seen Snapchat. I don't think I've ever looked at it.
Well, they die. You watch them and they die. It's first the porn. Or for secret messages, I guess.
Huh?
So I think that's the concept, right? It's like Instagram, except that things are perishable, and once they're gone, they're not on a server anywhere. They're gone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're supposed to disappear afterwards, yeah.
But then people capture those all the time and stuff.
Oh yeah, cops have even solved cases with those.
Yeah.
All right, so with that, we'll, I guess, get into sex and guns. So since we've been talking about Matt and the Snapchat, I guess that was a good transition into it. I don't know what we came up with this one. I think somebody said it in the chat, right? And we just threw it in here the other day. So where are we taking
I got no idea.
Gun bunnies?
Sex and guns?
There's some sex and guns.
Well, how sex sells guns. Sure.
I guess. Does it even? It did for a while in the 90s. It looked like there was a lot more like just big, Miami Vice looking girls holding guns, but you don't see that so much anymore.
Yeah, you do. The Instagram, you see lots of that. You see
Maybe.
SHOT Show, you still got gun bunnies at the booths.
Barely, though. I mean, barely. Well, Bob's claims it's the naked one, so I don't know what he's seeing there.
Topless, not naked, topless. Well, they were painted.
Yeah. Car has girls almost always.
Yeah.
And Aim Point kind of. And
that Russian one. Yeah.
Wolf has been doing that only for the last couple of years. For the longest time, Century and Wolf didn't bother to do anything.
Oh, I love the Russian girls.
Yeah, I think that's, if we're talking booth babes, then those are some of the nicest models ever. I've been following them on the Instagram after, because they got their Instagram names or whatever to tag them when we took pictures of them the first time they were there. That was, 3-4 years ago. And the one, Irina or whatever, I don't know how to say her name in Russian, like she's just a model. She does model stuff all the time, constantly. And it's kind of neat I never thought about those girls, but that's what they do. So just like, I don't know, us doing our YouTube thing, they go off and do their thing for the rest of the year, and then they come back to SHOT Show and do their SHOT Show booth babe stuff.
Yeah, definitely going to meet them this year if they're back. Okay, but okay. So sex will sell guns. I mean, it does. It sells everything, really. You put a pretty girl next to any product, and people are going to come over and look at the product just so they can pretend they're not looking at the girl.
I suppose so. Because here's the thing, though. If you got the wrong girlfriend, wife, just some chick standing next to you, and you're not even allowed to go look at that thing now because it's got a girl on it. So
that just stopped the sale right there, unless you want to be slapped or something like that.
yeah, and I'm not saying it's a 50-50 ratio. I'm just saying, number one, it doesn't affect me. I don't know if I'm just old enough now, or it's never the chick I like. I like certain chicks, and the little or the big, model super or swimsuit type of supermodel chicks don't appeal to me as much as the chicks I like. So you know what I'm saying? They have to. Just having a chick there, it might make your eyes look over there, but is it going to make you go buy the product or even act like you're gonna? I don't think so.
I think everybody by now has had enough experience to know that just because that chick is hot and you're gonna go over there and look at the product means nothing. You're still gonna walk away. It's not like you're gonna bang her or anything like that.
Well, speak for yourself, man. I can throw this out.
That was that play. He has that Canadian accent. The girls can't help themselves.
You know what I'm talking about, eh?
Yeah, Bob Cosby over here.
So the Instagram being full of girls with guns, when you brought that up, I mean, that's obviously true. There's a lot of girls with guns on Instagram, but are they selling anything? Are you buying anything because of that?
No, not even.
I mean,
What am I gonna do with that little appendix carry holster, or whatever?
I'd rather look at a chick holding a gun than like either one of you two or anybody else. But at the same time, I'd be just happy if the gun's just laying there, because then they don't have her hands in the damn way, or looking at her, trying to be distracted by her boob or something. So, I mean, it's okay, but it's not like you make a decision based on it, I don't think.
No, not me anyway.
Yeah, but it'll get your eyes on the product. That's what they're really there for. They're not to convince you to buy it, but they're to get you to look at it.
Well, okay, I think that's something. If you've got a whole like SHOT Show or something, or like you're at a gun show is a better example. You've got a whole bunch of possibilities where you're going to cast your vision, right? Where you're going to look, and then there's the lady with it all going on over there. Well, yeah, you're right. You're going to look in that direction more. I mean, why not? Not going to look at some dude sucking on a lollipop when you got her over there busting out of her top.
Well, you want to hope not, anyway. So yeah, we agree then. Yeah, sex sells.
I don't know. The Dylan, is it a catalog? Whatever that periodical, if you call it a magazine. They do a pretty decent job of having classy gun chicks on the covers. You know what I'm talking about? The Blue Dylan Press?
Yep.
Or the Blue Press, they call it, from Dylan. You know what you don't see anymore hardly at all is posters. That was a thing, and that's one of the reasons I guess I'm saying you don't see so much of it anymore.
Yeah.
You'd go to SHOT Show back in the day, and you could get a lot of posters, and 90% of the posters were somehow a hot chick with a gun wrapped, a gun with a hot chick wrapped around it, or like all their guns, like their inventory of guns or their catalog of guns. But yeah, you don't see that anymore, and I don't know if that's a factor of nobody wants them, or it's just dumb to try to walk around with a poster in a giant building like that, and they figured out it was a waste of money.
Yeah. Probably.
But I miss that. I like having the posters, especially for putting them up on cabinet doors, or just behind doors and stuff, like those places where, what else are you gonna put there? Like, posters are perfect for some places, and if you're gonna put a poster up, why not have a cool gun with a hot chick wrapped around it? Doesn't make me buy the gun, but it makes me want to have that poster, right?
Well, cool. Yeah, and plus, in your place it covers up the walls.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, what else are you gonna put up? Like art?
Yeah, exactly. I don't have that problem. I just don't have any wall space in my camper.
Bob lives in a yurt, just a round lattice work with blankets hanging from it.
I would live in a yurt if I had one.
I would.
That way you don't have to worry when your drunk friends come over that they're going to pee in the corner.
Yeah,
Because there isn't no corners.
they're actually walking in a circle. So
Yeah.
we can we'll add a yurt to the van chats or something.
Well, they do make portable yurts.
All right, it's weird. Everybody starts saying, "All right, I'm out of here. It's too late for me. I'm lightweight, and I can't hang." And then the numbers go up. But so as everybody starts to say, "Okay, I'm leaving. I'm going to bed," the viewer count goes up. So is it people are waiting for the lightweights to go to sleep, or it's gonna be interesting in this new time slot? We're gonna see how this goes.
I think they just wanted to hear about yurts. Yeah, because in the chat they're talking about Clover and Ghost in Speedos for some reason.
Yeah.
Now I'm not sure if that's going to be like wrestling or what they're going to be doing, but yeah, it sounds weird. That's all I can say.
Yeah, let's keep going from that. So Clover saying the Dylan Blue Press. Yep, very classy. I only had 2 posts last year, but they're the only 2 picks on that tag. I don't know what he's talking about. So is there anything else with sex and guns? What's the sexiest gun?
Browning high power.
Why do we even have this guy on here? We just have like a sign that somebody crudely writes Browning high power on, set that up against the wall. We can just point the camera at that.
I'm gonna have to go. I don't know, man. Sexiest.
D58.
Not a VZ58, but I'll go with potentially one of the AK variants. This one's from Finland. Their bullpup, and it looks kind of curvy. I don't know if it's necessarily sexy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of more space agey. I don't know.
I don't know. First sexy guns, I think they're really old double-barreled shotguns with the really.
Oh, here, this one.
Yeah. I mean, they're
one here.
No, that's not sexy. That
Definitely
looks
curvy.
Yeah.
Is that 2 magazines in? Oh, spare magazine. The stock up.
This?
More. That white one. It's like 3 magazines in that thing.
Oh, yeah. That's pretty neat. Yeah, those are just holders, I guess.
That looks dumb.
All right, well, we'll throw that out there for the living audience, right? So we're trying to keep this the interactive show. AKs. Travis is saying AKs.
Oh, okay. YouTube, we're getting all kinds of guns. Browning 50 cal, Colts.
See, I could definitely get behind the Colt now.
Like an old single action Colt you're talking about, or are you talking 1911?
I'm talking 1911, like Delta Elite. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking 1911.
Colt, man. Something with like a bird's head grip. Oh, that's sexy.
Oh, yeah, super crude old designs. It's so sexy, yeah. I like my ladies like I like my guns, old and crude.
Well, actually, I do, so.
Makes sense. But yeah, Midnight's out there saying Peacemaker, so I guess you got somebody's on your side. But he's kind of weirdo anyway, so there you go.
Oh yeah, cuties with
What's
the
GT9? You know what that is?
Pardoni.
Yeah.
Pardini. I don't know. Hold on.
Pardoning.
Car. It's a stupid car. I own a gun.
Oh.
All right. So I think we can keep going. Browning 50 cal.
Tough, not sexy.
Beretta Minx. That's a cute gun, but not sexy. Beretta 92. I think we'll keep going to see what we could kind of
Yeah, I think we should
come up with
go to the next section and let them fight it out there. We already know it's the Colt.
And I think we've learned our lesson. Trying to do
Well,
sticks and guns as a topic is stupid. So.
Yeah.
Brownie hyper. Oh crap! What's happened now?
We got Dano in here.
Left the door open again.
We're talking sex and guns. What do you expect?
Oh, and his camera's on. Look out, guys.
Yeah, I know. We've got a great view up his nose.
So we got Dano jumping in from Illinois. Thanks for joining. So I think we're going to move on to the next topic, and it's going to be good idea, bad idea. This is good thing Dano jumped in, so now we can have a good old-fashioned debate on gun furniture in the house. And I suspect this means the hide-a-gun stuff, like the picture frames or the mirrors or the coffee tables, or I've seen couches. What about beds with headboards or pops out?
I thought it was like making a lamp out of a shotgun or something.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, using guns for making furniture out of.
Well, I mean, like literally, like you're going to destroy a gun and turn it into a lamp, or do you mean like a gun that's still useful, but it looks like a?
I seen a documentary on it. It doesn't destroy them, but you have to plug them in before they'll fire. It was about a guy in a cabin with a bear.
All right. So before we do, though, we'll figure out which way we're going to go with that. We like to feature one of the members over at Gun Channels, and I'm pretty sure he went to bed already because he said he was going to bed a minute ago. But Heavy Beat is the person we're featuring today. So again, we tried to feature a member over there. The place is a community focused on firearms, but it's completely run by the members. And Heavy's definitely one who, I forget now how long he's been around, quite a while it seems like. And he's just exactly the kind of person we wanted to build the place for. He enjoys it when he's able, and when he's there, if somebody has a question, he jumps right in and helps them. He's very friendly, and beyond all the internet stuff, when we went out to California, he took us out and fed us. That was pretty cool. And then when he moved to Arizona, he's keeps jumping in and doing live stuff, the gun shows, and I guess did they go to Big Sandy? Forget, but
No, I don't think they did.
No.
But anyway, I know we did something else with him besides the thing, and we're gonna go down to Tombstone here one of these days. So anyway, hopefully he'll start doing a live show again. But yeah, Heavy B, check him out. He's got a YouTube channel, Instagram, the gun channels, and more potentially.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely a good dude.
These two will remain silent. And then we will go on to this good idea, bad idea. Oh, I think I've explained it. We're going to go with the hide-a furniture, right? Hide-a-gun type of furniture, as opposed to Bob's theory of a rifle turned into a lamp that needs to be plugged in. I don't know what movie he's referring to, but
they're both horrible ideas, so that's either one.
Well, yeah, that's true. I mean, I suppose you could always just carry a battery and an inverter around, but yeah.
What movie are you referring to? At first I thought you were talking about Christmas Story, but you're not.
No, The Great Outdoors with John Candy.
Oh my, crying out loud. What does he even shoot? A bear?
Yeah. He already shot it once in the ass. He
That's
shoots
like
it again.
most obscure. Anyway, so we're talking about hide-a-gun furniture. Good idea, bad idea, Bob?
Good idea, I guess.
Jimmy?
Who am I hiding in front? Well, all right, bad idea.
Dano? Dano in here?
Dano just came in to take
talking
notes.
the whole time. And he's just swearing at us like, you don't even acknowledge that I'm saying stuff. Anyway, so we will find out from Dano. I'm going to say good idea. So what do we have? 2 goods and a no? He muted me.
I said bad.
Yeah.
So 2 goods and a bad.
I think we're just going to have to vote good for Dano because apparently he doesn't want to talk to us. So I'm sure he would agree with us.
I see
Why
him.
would he disagree?
So I'm guessing
The criminal probably locked him in the hide-a trunk that he had for his guns. Getting ransacked right now.
Since me and Bob are on the same side, the correct side, it's up to Jimmy to justify his minority position.
I think Dano's locked in the trunk of his car. Is he being carjacked?
It's too late for Dano.
Yeah.
He's got his camera working. You're clicking the wrong red box.
Wait a minute, is that even Dano? That doesn't look like Dano. That guy's got too dark a feature.
Like, man, how I shut this phone off?
Dude, I think Dano's being carjacked. Oh, that's too weird.
Well, anyway, yeah, it's a horrible idea. You're sleeping, you're in your house, you got your little hide a mantle gun out there. Criminal breaks in. Of course, you don't hear it because you're in a deep sleep. Takes your little hide a gun because they didn't have a gun to begin with. They were just some meth head looking to take a couple things and get a couple dollars. Now they're an armed meth head. You're still asleep. They bust in your room. You sit up, grab your gun. Before you can grab your gun, they shoot you with the other gun that they found in your little hide a mantle.
And they saw where you were reaching, so they steal your second gun. Now they got doubly armed, and you got
Yeah. Yeah, and you know they're going to sell those guns after that. So I mean, the guns that happen in murder, they are used in murders. They go, so they get spread around. So then after that,
they go to gun buybacks.
Then after,
disaster. Evidence just gets burned up. Keep crimes off street.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go. Well, you know they don't have time to test all those guns.
They don't have any inclination to test all those guns. That's the whole point. That sometimes they go to a big elaborate point to like say, we're not here to arrest you. We want this violence off the streets no matter what.
Yeah, and say it comes to a point too. Also, not even a criminal. Say it comes to a point where guns are banned and they go door to door or something like that. I know it's a shot in the dark, but I'm just whatever. But just hypothetically, that does happen. I think that people don't know what a hide a gun shelf is. They all look damn near the same. What's this big, huge central air vent doing in somebody's bedroom? I'm gonna check that out.
Nah.
Well, we're not like saying gun loaded, sitting on the nightstand or sitting on a coffee table. We're talking hidden. So you're saying that the criminals have figured out what hidden gun furniture looks like, and they know what to start wiggling or jiggling.
Well, I wonder why this is loose. And I don't know.
Well, no, I mean you don't have to be an idiot. Criminals' job is to find stuff and snoop, and just as many people as hide guns in something like that are going to hide jewelry or drugs, right? Or money, right? So they're going to know, hey, that shelf looks like 8 times thicker than it needs to be. It's not like they're idiots. All you have to really do is wiggle it. If it's like, wiggling balsa wood, then they know, all right, let's keep going. But if it's like secured to the wall, like it's a gun safe, maybe I should just take this whole safe home with me today, or this whole shelf home with me. But I don't know. I really don't. I guess it depends on where you live, right? I don't think it's right to just assume all crime's the same. We live in a pretty safe country, but there are worse places than better. And I suspect it kind of depends. If you live in a place that's right next to a highway, right by a bunch of pawn shops, then I bet you your stuff is going to get stolen and not your, they're not going to spend hours in there digging around. They're just grabbing a VCR or whatever. Where other places, if you live out in the middle of nowhere, and they have to drive an hour to even get to your place, and their lookouts can see you coming from an hour away, they might be there for 2 weeks snooping around, looking at every single nook and cranny, right? Everybody's got a different circumstance. And if they move in while you're on vacation, good luck trying to hide anything. If they're just in there looking for beer in your refrigerator, then they ain't going to see even a gun laying on the shelf. But I think when they're hidden, what about for kids or something? I mean, yeah, for a hardened criminal, they always say hardened criminal ain't going to be stopped by nothing. But what about for, I don't know, I imagine like Tony. He's probably sitting there trying to watch TV or trying to watch live chats, and there's like 6 or 8 kids and grandkids running all around. He wants his big boars nearby.
Yeah. I guess hit a little cabinet or something, and it opens up and a 44 pops out or something.
But the thing is, now what you're saying, we had this like coffee table, and I don't know how to describe it. It had like things where you could open them up and put coasters in there, so that way the coasters were always with the coffee table, I guess. And then my grandma kept like candles and matches and stuff in there. So what I do every time I go over there, I open up this cool container that has like candles and matches and shit in there. So how long does it take a kid to figure out in their own home that furniture has a thing? I mean, all they have to do is see you do it once and they know forever, right?
Yeah, oh yeah.
And all they got to do is suspect or have time on their hands and, like I say, poke around, fall into something and go, oh, this chair didn't just move over like I would thought it would. It seemed like it had way more mass to it or weight to it. Like, I'm going to start looking why this chair is different. Why did it react differently?
How's my mic?
Now you're talking.
Yeah, we hear you now.
I'm on my computer now. My phone intermittently has microphone issues, so I ditched that.
So
Really? Now you're speaking not under duress, Dano, right? Nobody's holding a gun to your head or anything?
Correct.
blink 4 times if there's no gun, 7 times if there's a gun. So if
Yeah, no.
hidden gun,
You know,
furniture that hides guns, good idea, bad idea.
absolutely fantastic idea.
Okay, so it's still
Oh,
just
shit.
Jimmy. Still
But it-
Jimmy.
But it has to be properly applied. I mean, you guys mentioned some of the pros. If something is obviously way too thick or way too long, that's a dead giveaway. But you got to be a little bit sly about it.
Oh God, he's talking about thick, long, and being sly.
I mean,
No, I think that's true,
A coffee
because-
table, a coffee table, as an example, a rifle is really not that thick, but it is long. So a coffee table may be suitable for that. Where an end table may be suitable for 1 or 2 pistols. You got to use the right type of furniture, and then it's got to be designed by people who understand are beyond just carpenters, but on the security aspect of the business. What are criminals looking for? And of course, any high-end criminal who's done his due diligence of homework is going to have somebody who probably has already been inside your house, whether
Yeah, but
it's they've paid off the
high-end-
electrician.
What high-end criminal is ever going to target one of us?
You don't need a high-end criminal. You need a nosy meth head that wants their couple dollars and change, and they're going to look through everything that they can.
Or
Right.
14-year-old who lives down the street and he's pissed and he doesn't want to go to military school, or he wants to go to
Right.
military school.
But what I'm saying is, we have periodically, people have service people into their home, and they have information beyond what they're there for. And if they're paid for that information, they will take a double look at everything as they're going through.
What about if you just have somebody over, right? And it's like you want to have guns around. I could, at least for me, I could see that being a thing. We're like, okay, I want to have my guns around. And let's say you're still the type that wants to have a shotgun around. You want to have something big like that. You just don't want it plain sight. Just everybody, it's just tactically not sound to just have it sitting there.
Right.
So you could just have it tucked behind a couch. Like I grew up with guns just tucked behind a couch. Like you'd be playing or whatever, and it'd be like, damn, I guess there's a gun behind this couch now. So you just didn't play behind that couch anymore, but you knew enough to leave the gun there. You know what I mean? There was no hiding it. It was just stuck behind the couch or like under the little ruffly part of a chair, like where the chair would be up 3 inches off the ground or whatever with little legs, and there'd be that little ruffly part.
Right. And what it is it's using an old concept called security through obfuscation, meaning it's not like a safe, but it's because you can't see it, it's not easily accessed or even known about. I mean, we used that same term in regards to computer security back in the day. Is if you have an IP that's not registered, if you know the IP, you can get there. But if you don't know the IP and you have to call it by its number, it makes it a lot more difficult to find it. Now, I'm talking about the 1990s, but I'm just using that as an example.
So have we changed your mind at all, Jimmy?
Makes it a degree more difficult to get to your stuff, whether that's your precious metals, your wife's jewelry, your own stuff, your family heirlooms that mean something personally to you.
Nope.
Okay, so what's the reason that you felt it was a bad idea?
Because it's like I said, it's doing something that's like in your area where you're at, your bedroom, namely, especially if you're asleep, which is 9 times, 8 times, whatever times. I'm not going to throw statistics out there. It's going to happen. If it's going to happen, it's probably going to happen when you're asleep. But anyway.
So yeah, I'm not making a case for keeping the stuff in one area. You might want to have that night table next to your bed. You might want to have that coffee table out in your family room. You might want to have that cabinet in the kitchen. You might want to have in your indoor garage that special shelf.
So hypothetical scenario, they climb into your window, knock over your coffee table, and see that there's a little crack slit in there and it's thicker than it's supposed to be, and wonder what the hell that is. And, find a way to open it up.
Well, that goes back into mentioned at the very beginning. It depends on the design of it, because you can buy stuff that's low-end concealed furniture, and you can buy stuff that's high-end, because there is high-end furniture that is ungodly heavy and contains no metal in it. It's hardwoods, it's thick, it's heavy duty.
Yeah, but most people,
you just can't judge on weight and thickness that something is.
Well, you kind of can. If you go into a house and it's all junk from this frugal store down the street, the big box frugal store, and then there's this one solid piece of furniture. I mean, it's possible they have one nice piece of furniture, but more than likely you can kind of tell from the house. So it might be easier to hide some of that stuff in a house that has more fancy furniture. Like if the piece of hiding furniture doesn't stand out to the other stuff.
But I think from middle class on up, what they make today would fit in either one of those scenarios.
I really don't know.
But you're right. If all the furniture shopping is done at Target, then it might stand out. But there are other options.
Only any of that tactical hidden furniture, any of that I've ever liked was that little staircase thing that G-Web showed. Well, it wasn't little, but the staircase thing that G-Web showed on the show a while back.
As well as the style of your house. Rather than furniture, it may literally be built into your house.
Well, yeah.
They make a modification to your stairwell.
That's what Jimmy's talking about.
Yeah,
it's talking about furniture or whatever. Specific.
Well, yeah, but the furniture part, nah, I don't like that.
So, what about, well, okay, we don't have to beat this one. I was just going to mention this. You guys seen this book before at gun shows or anything? It's been around.
No.
It's
yeah, I have. Yeah.
This one and ones like it are out there, and they're little thin books. This one's $8 on Amazon, but I've seen these. They probably go $8 or something if you buy them new. But I usually buy this kind of stuff for like $2 or in the dollar box, used. And it's just a little quick, almost like a manual, like just stuff like this. Like it doesn't need any illustration. Or I mean, the illustration alone is enough. It doesn't need a lot of explanation. They'll just tell you like, hey, there's a little hollow in there. A lot of places have this little thing, and you can make a door this easy. Use some magnets, pull off that side and use some magnets and glue them in there. And now it'll come on and off like a door instead of just being a panel. And it's just chock full of little chips and tricks like that. And like that one I like a lot is just go to some place and buy a used, not a brand new, right? Because brand new stands out. Go to like the local used hardware place or used home supplies and get a little vent, like for an air vent, or a long one if you're going to do an AR or shotgun or something, and then just cut a hole in your wall and put some 2x4 in there so it has some place to go, and then stick your gun in there and put that thing on with magnets or something. So now 99% of people are not going to question why there's that little vent. They didn't see your house get built. They don't know where your vent holes are or where they're supposed to be. And now, that's one of the tips from like a book like this. So just lots of little ways you can get stuff hidden without spending a lot or making it a big obvious thing like, wow, this guy's got nothing on his walls except for this really nice shelf, and then some cheap crap sitting on the shelf.
Stashing guns, I'm cool with, like staging guns and having them spread out. I'm cool with that within a certain area. I mean, it has to depend on the person's house, but I get away furniture and all that. I just think it's a waste. Waste of money, waste of time.
Is it a fad, or is it just a factor of people have garages and nice machines and skills, and like they built something for themselves and someone thought it was clever, and then all of a sudden they're building 6 next time because it's cheaper to just buy 6 hinges, and then they have an extra 2 or 3 and they sell them on Gunbroker, and the next thing you know, they're in business.
I don't know. Has there been enough people for it to become a fad? I mean, I don't I don't even see
I don't
people.
know.
I don't know.
I mean, just I'm trying to think, like, over the years, there's always been these books for sure, right? And then there's been occasionally somebody who builds something, like you ever seen the tissue box with the gun underneath of it? Like, I see those every couple of years. Like, somebody remembers them and then start making them for a while, and everybody figures out nobody really has giant boxes of tissue. It's kind of conspicuous. But you know what I mean? So it's like I remember I've seen shelves with guns in them forever. We've seen books with guns in them since the beginning of guns, right? We've seen what's the other thing besides books? You know, so there's been other pieces of furniture with guns in them over time, but I think that they come in fads, and I don't know if this is just like because there's the internet and people talk about it on the internet, so now more people are interested, or like I say, I think a lot of this stuff that we see more small businesses is because think of how many people you know that have nice machines and can do almost production level stuff out of their garage. I mean, just people have skills and time, and they'd rather be productive, and they need the extra money. So, you know, I think there just are more small businesses now.
A variation of what we're talking about that I have seen out there is rather than buying the entire piece of furniture from this guy or group, is you simply literally take a picture of some particular individual pieces of furniture that you already have. And then because they are the carpenter experts, they figure out a way on how to using your existing stuff to create a hideaway that's not going to be obvious if they throw the couch over on its bottom.
Well, that'd be, in other words, like
things
you
like that.
Pictures of your stuff and give it to them, and they say, "Oh, bring me this chair," and then they give you back your chair with a little hidey hole.
Yes.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
So you got a chair that you already like; it already fits in. And it's just a matter of having that add-on put in professionally. And it's not that, some guy down the street with a skill saw couldn't have done it, but he would not have done it as well. That's the difference.
Or
Now,
you could just carry all the time.
recommend this because it could be potentially like a mine or like a time trap for you. But if you ever go to the, what's it called, Pinterest, which is, it's kind of like Instagram for crafts. And you type in, well, I don't even know what you type in over there, but I've got suckered into checking out Pinterest for gun furniture before. And as we were sitting here talking about it, like the kind of corner furniture, like a big piece of wooden shelf thing with cabinets like your mom would get for china or whatever, like dishes, you know, it's like something like that. And they have like this video of like the guy, it's almost like a GIF, like it's just a short video, like an Instagram video where it's the furniture, and then the guy walks up and kind of pulls, and like off the walls, like stuff rolls out, and it's like basically like a little gun room that kind of unfold, like it's like a transformer. Like 1 minute it's like your mom's furniture, the next minute it's like a little gun room. Have you seen those kind of things before?
Well, I saw something that was like it used the 16.5-inch space between the studs, whether it be for long guns or handguns, so that you could literally store quite a few things. And again, your existing structure. You don't have to go buy new furniture or anything like that. It's just a matter of, as long as you're willing to live there for a certain number of years to get your money's worth back out of it. It's just modifying your existing stuff to be better than it currently is. Instead of hiding that shotgun under the couch, you now use the exact same couch to hide the shotgun in the couch.
See, that could be, I could see that as being kind of practical. But buying a whole new shelf for a mirror or a picture that slides out, like, oh, this isn't a huge, enormous, oversized, thick picture frame that you got this in, that kind of thing. Yeah.
But if Mama wants to redecorate the house anyway, this is where, just one or two items can be slipped into Mama's redecoration plan.
What about, this is sort of what I was talking about, where it's like a thing you stick in the corner or something, and then it just looks like it's got a bunch of glasses and stuff in it, and then it slides out and you got all kinds of guns and stuff in there. There's even a little thing between the drawers, or between the...
I think it very much depends on the level or mindset of the team that's going to break into your house, whether they understand. And
yeah,
they
like,
have
is that
time.
liquor? Like, let me get the booze and, go in there and, oh, shit.
Yeah. How much time do they have to rip through your house? Is it all afternoon, or is it they got 45 minutes? As well as their personal knowledge and skill set. I mean, there is no guarantee perfect solution. We're saying that this is a better solution to doing nothing.
Well, I think it's 3-1. So we haven't changed his mind, right?
Nope.
With the visual aids. All right. Well, so let's keep going. So let's see. Oh, okay. So guess what? It is midnight in Eastern, and that means it's soon to be midnight across the country.
Well, in Central.
What?
Almost midnight in Central time zone.
So tonight is I think I spelled this wrong. I think it's the Geminoids meteor shower tonight, and it should last for a few hours.
Yep.
1 a minute. So should be pretty good. They say go outside, close your eyes for a bit, get adjusted to the outside, get your night vision, and look up. Coming from Gemini, but you'll see them everywhere, and it should be pretty neat. 1 a minute is a pretty good rate. So if you live somewhere where there's good dark, then check it out. One of the cool things.
If no one has ever seen a meteor shower or even a comet go through the sky, it's kind of an awe-inspiring. For me, it was very unexpected because I was in a couple of very dark places and I wasn't aware of it. And stuff is constantly coming in every day, every minute into our atmosphere. It just, are we at a good location to be able to see it?
I think they said this is one of the only, if not one of the few, if not the only, that's not from a comet. A meteor shower that's not from a comet.
Right.
Anyway, it's one of the neat things we can do with the nighttime format. So I figured I'd throw it in there since I follow a couple of astronomy things.
And anyways, maybe it's just the inner geek inside of me, but I think those things are kind of cool to see.
I definitely think so. Matt was talking about stuff that happened in 2017 and the eclipse. And I heard somebody describe it as, that's literally a time when you get to stand in the shadow and of like the solar system, like it's happening. You're standing in the shadow. So this is again very similar type of thing. You get to actually go out and see something that they figured out with math or whatever that it's going to happen. And all we have to do is use the power of the internet to find out about it and walk outside and see something really neat. Yeah, so we'll move on to the gun shop of the day, I think. If everybody's cool with that. This is one up in Apache Junction. And I guess I have to find the video, which is right here, I think. Is it? It is not. So we'll try to find the video.
That wasn't, I thought this was it.
What?
Oh snap! He just got it. Everybody knows what that sounds means. We should make this pretty quick.
Sneaky bugger.
Yeah, you know. I'm trying to make this quick here, real quick. You guys know what that neat sound means. Time to crack the knuckles, whip out them keyboards, and get ready for the daily tactical pop quiz. Today it's a visual one brought to us from the email over at dailygunshow@gmail.com. I believe it was from Jared. Thanks for that. It was kind of an interesting one. So here we go. It's a visual one. What is that? Besides super pixelated. Hold on.
Alien.
Dang it. I don't think I was stuck on me anyway. Hang on, let me stick it. There it is. All right.
Oh, I know what it is.
What is that?
It's a bunch of Fidget widgets.
42 is not correct.
Negative. It's Phoenix. No, it's not.
Deirdrick round?
Yeah, I'll accept that. Give me one more second. Anybody wants to be more specific, and yeah, I guess we'll have to accept that one.
That's some basketball player.
It's actually a tround, right?
It's a tround.
Tround.
Yeah, did somebody say that one? Because I would take that one over the Dardick or Dardick or whatever.
No,
Well,
Dardick.
I think somebody said it after I said it, but
Yeah, Dardick. It's a Dardick 38 special round. Let me see if I could.
There's a gun, and there's how it works. It's a tround, triangle round, and they would stack like this, kind of double stack, and then the chamber, the chambers, so the thing just sort of revolved around and took them in and shoved them out over here.
Wasn't it?
So-
It was kind of like it was magazine fed, but it was like a revolver type of deal, right?
yeah.
Oh, sorry, I was not locked on. So they kind of come. You can kind of see from this graphic.
Oh yeah, okay.
They come up. They fill in the part of the. I don't know if you call that the cylinder. I guess they become the chamber, and then once they're shot, they just fall out this side over here.
Yeah, it's real neat. They got a cool. There was a cool YouTube video that he shared. I didn't get the link, but they're real neat.
So
That's
is
like-
the case rifled?
No,
I'm
it's a
sorry,
rifle barrel.
Is the barrel rifled for the projectile, and is the projectile round, I'm assuming?
Yeah, the projectile is kind of normal inside of it. It's just a way to, I don't know, cycle them, I guess.
I
So,
just don't
like auto
understand
load, yeah.
why they. I
That's
mean, you
the
could have
level
done
of
the same
complication.
thing with an open-ended round chamber rather than a triangle chamber and accomplish the same thing.
Well, then he would have had to have a full chamber, whereas he doesn't. He just has opened on the sides, and that's how it ejects.
Well, I mean, obviously it wasn't
So,
all that sound. They didn't continue doing it, so it wasn't perfect or nothing.
No,
it just seems that ejection has granted it's had to evolve a little bit, but at that what year was this?
The Dardrick or whatever it's called.
Yeah,
hell if I know.
well, just approximately. I don't mean exactly what year.
1958. Approximately.
Okay, yeah, 1958. Ejector issues and extractor issues long been solved.
Yeah.
They're going after a problem that didn't exist.
Pretty much, but that's why it wasn't successful.
Well, I
Well,
understand
anyway.
having a prototype.
Yeah, just shut up for a minute, Daniel, because I got to say something. So steadily, that means you are the tactical hot shot of the day. Sorry, Daniel, but I had to get
No, that's okay. Congratulations, steadily. But yeah, it just seems like I'm wondering, like, other than a protophile, which I understand you want to try new ideas. That's the point of protophiles. But beyond that, why they would put any effort into it?
I guess it was just to reduce the complexity and cost of the open chamber firearm design, making it feasible for commercial production.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say it seemed they overcomplicated, but I don't know.
So, I would never want to discourage something just because it's weird and different, just because you never know when that new cool thing that John Moses Browning did not think of suddenly might be invented.
Yeah, well, imagine if it took off and that's what like we were using nowadays. I don't know. That'd be kind of neat.
Yeah. So I would never be shame anybody for a prototype just because it was different or weird.
Well, at the same time, let's take another look at that thing. Can you imagine what that trigger pull is like to make this thing happen? I mean, it's got to pull it up and around and shoot it. And look how weird that hammer is.
Oh, that gun looks like it's the worst.
Yeah, this thing
Was
looks like, what are you doing? Like, what is going on with this? Like,
Was it
talk about-
gas operated to assist with the cylinder turning?
That don't look like it's doing nothing with gas, dude. That looks like the
Okay.
simplest of barrels ever, no?
Okay. Because if all of it is due to the trigger pull, including the rotation of the cylinder, then yeah, it's got to have like a 25-pound pull.
But the good news is all those people that can't handle the Glock grip angle are going to love that grip angle.
It is straight up and down.
You can't get any straighter than that. You're going to love that. And then, boom, just make it into a rifle. Just screw the barrel off, I guess. You click the
You know,
rifle.
Well, that brings up another issue that I think it's, maybe not today, but maybe in a future show ought to be talked about, is all the innovation that's been stifled due to regulation, because what's a pistol versus what's a rifle and what's allowed.
Oh, for sure. Definitely. PDWs.
Yeah, I mean, being able to have one gun and turn it into two guns because it's a pistol that can become a rifle, and vice versa, quickly and efficiently.
All right. Well, thanks for doing that one. I feel like, though, that we've mansplained the Tround enough.
Yeah. Do you guys understand the Tround now? I hope so.
Mansplaining is what I do best.
So now we'll go into one of the reasons we started doing a daily show, and that is to play YouTube ads that we don't get paid for on our show.
Yeah.
Then to talk about a new gun shop every day.
Next up on the Gun Show Loophole Tour is a shop in Apache Junction, Arizona, just east of Phoenix. It's called True Guns. You can see it's a small shop in a little strip center, but they've got a lot of inventory, and it's displayed very well. You can see everything they've got in stock right away. We talked to them for a while, and real friendly staff. They have quite a few innovative things that they do with the community, with new shooters as they come in. So let us know in the comments if you're familiar with True Guns in Apache Junction, Arizona, and stay tuned for lots more on the Gun Show Loophole Tour.
Gals of gunwebsites.com encourage you to take a CCW class every year. Practice at least.
Nice, short and sweet. We only went in there for a couple of minutes, but pretty nice shop.
Yeah, that's real cool. That's cool we put that in there. But yeah, we went in there for a minute, and yeah, real good conversation over there. Real friendly. They're somewhat new. I know they're under a year old so far. So yeah, it's a real cool place.
Was it like 9 when we went there, something like that?
Something like that. Yeah, 9 months, 10 months, something like that. I know in the last week of January, they're doing like a real big community event thing. They're having what's the one ice cream place? They're having a big ice cream place come out there and serve everybody for free. It's gonna be real cool.
So what's their primary focus as far as the types of customers they're trying to get in? Hunting, competition, CCW, something else?
Well, they do pretty much. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I think they're trying to be the farthest east shop in Arizona, in Phoenix. I mean, yeah. They are by themselves out there, so they're a little bit of everything.
So if you throw a rock, you hit New Mexico?
No. But with the way that the city sprawls out, they just happen to, at the moment, be the furthest one east. So, but they're out by themselves, so they don't need to compete with everybody else and be like the hunting one or the AR-15 one. They can just be the gun shop out where they are.
Yeah, and they pretty much cover everything. I mean, like you can see where it leaves off at. They have a lot of those older kind of guns, but they got a lot of modern stuff. They got a lot of. It's a pretty good option, or a lot of options. But they're trying to expand too, which is kind of cool. Like he's trying to expand it out to get a range and stuff like that. So it's actually really cool. I wanted to get them on for an interview one of these days, but we'll see if that happens. But
that current picture you got up there with that Mossberg Shockwave. And this is for anybody. What are the practical ways for self-defense purposes of deploying that?
Oh, I think it would be great right now. I actually put it in as like a third gun in rotation to use. It's good for around corners. It's definitely good to have. I put a 2-point sling on it. I would recommend people that got it do that, and definitely get some practice with it, because you'll notice once you get practice with it, it shoots super duper high. Like you could aim dead center at 15 yards and completely miss the target. So,
does short shucking tend to be an issue with that particular gun, or no?
A couple of people that have shot it have had issues. I've noticed that they'll pump it, and they won't. A round won't go in the loading gate, and then they'll do the whatever it's called, upstroke or whatever. They'll close the bolt, and the shell that was supposed to go in the loading gate just drops out of the bottom. But I've never had that happen to myself personally. So yes, I've seen it happen, but I've never had it happen to me yet.
The only reason I ask is because I had a Mossberg 500, and I occasionally did have issues with where I know I went 100% back, 100% forward, and yet I had problems with no round.
Yeah, 500 ain't the greatest. 588 kind of suck. I mean, 500's all right, but they're not the greatest.
Well, and that's what I'm wondering is if that shockwave mechanically is basically a 500.
No, it's pretty much a 590.
Okay, so it has like a steel fire control group.
No, it's not a 590A1. But
I
everything
thought the
else,
590 was steel. No.
590A1 is.
Oh, okay.
590 is still plastic or polymer or whatever, but everything else is steel, and then they have the dual extractor and all that,
Mm-hmm.
and a thicker barrel.
As we got the pictures up here, I was also going to mention they had these metal signs that were kind of cool. I don't see too many stores that bother with them, so I thought that was kind of unique.
Yeah, those are pretty neat too. I like those, and they got little like snarky sayings on there. Pretty cool.
So those are not like magazine covers on the wall?
No, they were like metal. They're like real parking signs, but
okay.
But
like kind of like one of them beware a dog things you can get or something like that, kind of.
Or like don't beware a dog, beware the owner. I carry 45 or something.
Yeah, yeah. This house is protected by Jesus and Smith and Wesson or something like that. But yeah, cool place. So awesome. Where does that take us?
So Roost is asking if anybody else watched The Puppet Master last night after the chat. Anybody watch that movie?
Negative.
Yesterday?
Damn it. God, no.
All right. How about this movie today then? So every day we do feature a movie, something gun related, ideally, and today it's Young Guns. Has everybody seen this one?
Oh yeah,
it's been a while.
Good
but
movie.
yeah, I have seen it.
Yeah, really good movie. I liked it.
That's one of the movies when I was a kid that had me like jumping off of couches and stuff like that. I was still little when I seen this movie. Give it 2 thumbs up.
Yeah, I give it 2 thumbs up too. It was a good. I liked it. Made me think back upon my misspent youth.
It really probably only deserves 1 thumb, but for nostalgia purposes, I'm giving it 2.
Yeah.
Oh no, I definitely give this recommended thumbs up.
So I'm going to give it 1. My problem with it is it's a little bit too plain around for a Western. I don't need comedy in my Western. And then I haven't seen it in a long time, but from what I remember, it's trying to be the New Mexico Chisholm situation, right? And it was all wrong. It was like wrong. Like, and I'm no historical whatever like accuracy guy, but it was just like
it was completely. Anybody that's had like 8th grade social studies class knows that was all wrong. Yeah, that's what I mean.
So that part of it was like annoying to me. I would have liked it better, and I don't have a problem with the movie or nothing too much, but it just was annoying that it kept being weird. So I would have rather they just didn't try to act like it was real life names and just had a bunch of characters.
Yeah, made it its own thing. Yeah, I can see that.
But and isn't this the one at the end they burned the building down right in the middle of town and they're all in the building or something? I don't think I didn't get that part so much. Like didn't they just all stay in the building, in the house?
I just remember seeing it because the guy from Mighty Ducks was in it. That's mostly why I seen it. It was Emilio Estevez. So I may have seen it twice, but I'm pretty sure the last time I seen it, I was maybe a double-digited kid.
All right, well, it seems like everybody's giving it 2. I'm giving it 1, and that's the movie today. If you have ideas for movies, I think we're good for a little bit here, but we had people give us a bunch of ideas recently, but feel free to let us know. We're looking for gun-related movies that people might not have seen in a while, or like Matt did the other day, tell us a movie that was just awesome. Did you hear about that movie, Dano?
No.
Okay, so Matt did a top 5 on his nerd chat the other day. I think it was sci-fi movies from the 1990s, and he'd come up with one called The Puppet Master. I think it's plural. The Puppet Masters from 1994.
It's not a good movie.
But Bob doesn't like it, but I think it was great. It's sort of like Invasion of the Body Snatchers. So based off a book by Robert Heinlein, though. So great author, and I just thought it was really good. Nice, long, interesting movie.
Let me ask you a question. It's about the movie, but it's also about, me, the movie watcher. I cannot stand horror movies.
Oh, no, I thought it was... No, it's not. There's another movie called Puppet Master, which is a bunch of little puppets, like with strings, puppets, and they have knives and they go around killing people, gory, and it's like a horror movie. It's not that. This is, there's aliens and there's a little bit of blood in, I guess, but it's not a horror movie. It's a sci-fi movie for sure, and an action movie, I guess, a little bit.
So is this the one? I got a description here from Wikipedia. It says The Puppet Master is a 1993 Taiwanese film.
No. That's what I thought it was. The Puppet Masters.
Yeah, with an S at the end, and it's in 1994, and Donald Sutherland's in it.
So it's got real actors, yeah.
I had a difficult time trying to find any references to it. I see the Puppet Master, and then I see...
Well, here's the thing. If you look at the show notes from yesterday, I have a link to where you can just watch it on YouTube. That was the other nice thing about it, is it's like almost a 2-hour movie. You can just watch it on YouTube for free.
Okay. We'll try to take a look at that. You guys took the tabs away, huh?
No, they're down at the bottom. The old show is the second tab over. It just takes a second to populate when you first open it. All right, so that was our movie today. What else we try to do? Did the gun shop. Sometimes we do a gun of the day.
Bob? Oh, Bob's taking a break at the moment.
Oh, I didn't see that. So, gun history. We got some history coming up here. Oh, I guess it doesn't help if I don't mute on the actual thing. So, sorry about that. There's history coming up. I don't know how to do this now. Since we're doing the show at midnight, it is technically tomorrow for us, but we did this show. We started this show with today being tomorrow, if that makes sense. So as soon as the show starts, we're in tomorrow. So that means it's the 14th technically, but so I guess today, even though, well, anyway, today is the anniversary of Brian Terry's death. So the Fast and Furious sent AKs down to Mexico. The reason that became known is when someone came back across the border and there was a firefight down south of Tucson. So that was the anniversary of that was 2010, so 7 years ago today.
Yep. Not a good thing.
No. 1939, League of Nations drops the Soviet Union from membership. So there you go. In 1960, today in 1960, a U.S. B-52 bomber set a 10,000-mile non-stop record without returning. 10,000 miles.
Okay. I lost my connection.
And they're still flying today.
I was able to
expected
find
to fly till the 50s.
Go ahead, Alan.
I was able to find that film, so I did bookmark it for later.
Yeah, if you can handle it being a 1994. Yeah.
Anybody hear me?
Yeah, you're blowing out. You don't hear us? You just got really loud.
Yeah, I can hear you now. But yeah, I can handle it as long as I like. Sorry.
No, you're just on a weird lag or something. No, we're done talking, and then
Probably
you
got me all excited.
All right. So I think I might have almost missed the gun of the day, but let's do the gun of the day.
Hold on. There's another anniversary one today.
Okay.
Sandy Hook was today. 2012.
Well, now let's talk about the gun of the day.
Yeah. All right.
UDP 9 PDW. Now, these are really cool, and I can't believe I missed them at SHOT Show.
Okay, I get. What kind of firearm is this?
It's a 9mm carbine on an AR-15 type platform, but it uses Glock mags. And it's really cool. It was at SHOT Show, and I missed it this year, or last year. So, yeah, I kind of, I don't know, just stumbled across it today and went, oh, that's kind of cool. Because I think what it was is last year I wasn't into 9mm carbines, but now I've been kind of thinking about them, and I kind of want one now.
I mean, pistol caliber carbines have been around for a while using the AR platform, whether it's they just put in a magazine block to make the adjustment to fit a different style magazine. And of course, they have to have their own bolt and barrel.
This is all new version though, and it's
Right,
way
but
cooler.
like Just Right carbine, which is from stem to stern, is made to be complete that way.
Yeah, this one's cooler. Because I picked it for the gun of the day today, so that makes it cool. But anyway, it's really neat, and they make one in white, which looks just like something a star like a stormtrooper or somebody would carry.
Well, it's for snow ops.
Yeah, I know, but it looks perfect. But yeah, I just think they're really cool, and I don't know why. Because I don't like ARs, but for some reason, I think that one's really cool, the white one. I just want a white 9mm carbine.
Is it the way that the stock collapses that you kind of like, or
I don't know what
something
it
else?
is. You know, I don't know what it is I like about it. It's the fact it uses Glock mags, I guess, because I mean everybody and their dog's got a Glock. It's like having the Chevy of the gun world. Myself.
By the way, for 10mm lovers out there, and I'm sure you guys have already mentioned it, even if just in passing, High Point is coming out with their 10mm
Carbine?
Carbine. The Planet of the Apes have turned to 10mm.
Wow. Well, it'd be more useful than that 9. But I'm thinking like the 9, it's just like, it's like having a little 22 Ruger 1022, you know, you got no recoil, the little wimpy round. It would be so badass for shooting gophers and stuff. And I'm thinking that would be handy, carry it in your back. It's nice and handy, short. Oh, yeah, that thing would be just badass. Good varmint gun, truck gun. Yeah, I just think they're really cool. And, like, it takes a lot of the AR-15 accessories, so, yeah. And Glock magazines. So what could be cooler?
Like Daniel said,
Guy that can't stand Glock.
like Daniel said before, you got the issue with laws. So making it a an AOW, no, an SBR, making it a short barrel rifle would be ideal. This gun here, because then you can do whatever stock you want. You can do that stock. You'd be good to go. You can just basically do what you want. But then, like you called it a truck gun, you'd have issues going between states. So turn it into a pistol like this one, and you can't put your vert grip on front, so it's not quite the same gun anymore. But then, sure, technically you can legally go between states, but you know, you do a folding brace on this thing, or just that standard brace, and I suspect the wrong cop who doesn't pay up, attention to ATF letters, you could just have as much grief as if it was an SBR, potentially.
Well, except for the fact that it's not, so you're legally in the right. So, I mean, yeah, it can be a hassle.
Legally right while it ruins your vacation. You got to spend it explaining to a bunch of cops who don't even care, Oh, I could show you on YouTube videos. I mean, how do you explain that?
Have the ATF letter printed out somewhere or something. I don't know.
But anyway, I'm just essentially that would I do with it as a PW, but only because of the laws. If the laws weren't a thing, If the laws weren't a thing, I'd rather just have an AR this small. But I guess I could see your point having a little cheap 9mm shoot.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's the thing. Is 9mm is dirt cheap, so you can just play with it all day.
All right, so that's our gun of the day.
And an excellent gun it was.
I think we ran a little bit long today. We're at 11:20 already. I think we started pretty much on time too, right?
Yeah, I think we ran a little over.
It's
we
my
never-
fault.
We never did the showdown. We still gonna do that?
Oh snap! It's up to you. I think we're like 20 minutes over, so that's up to you. I don't care.
Yeah, it's like an extra 10 minutes to do the showdown, or not even 10 minutes probably, and that's
Yeah.
should be fine. We're already over anyway.
It says 1370. So we were at 1340, so we have 30 new ones. So I'll put this in here, 1370. And am I screen sharing still? No.
No.
So jump
No.
over. All right, so we'll scroll down a ways. Hey, look, that's gonna. You can see the difference between Bob's, and then all I did is when I put it through, I used little filters on Instagram itself to basically create more contrast, I guess, or kill the contrast, whatever it would be called.
Yeah.
Kind of see the difference. Mine's a little bit lighter, I guess.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we come down here to where they start, and we got about 30 to go. Clover, I don't remember that one. I don't remember that one.
I think I remember the cowhead ones. I
Yeah.
definitely remember that one, yeah.
All right, well, we'll start here real quick. There's already a like on it. So Chris, go to here. One.
Kuda Gear, old school, new school 6. Oh, cool.
That rock.
Oh, yeah.
I like that. And Smeggy posts some.
How's my mic?
Good.
But you knocked Jimmy out.
No, everything's being weird. I don't know. If probably doing something or changing something at YouTube. I've had trouble staying connected to shows too lately.
Yeah.
Chris with the red. I don't really like the red. What do you call it? When they fill in. color
Looks
fill.
dangerous.
Huh. The white is more of a contrast or something. Like you could read it easier. Looks like pink.
Well, it's personalizing the gun to fit your personal taste.
So here's pink making an AR-10, just cause making an AR-10 project.
Nice.
Just throwing together some parts.
And-
Thing.
I really like that because it's basically the one I got.
Oh, you already got this.
Well, I got the cheaper one. He got the more expensive one.
Right on.
But
And then we can
both
see our-
AR-10 lowers.
I thought you were still deciding. I didn't know you had already got one. So our friend Clover got his 1,000 subscribers over on YouTube. So
Yeah.
super chat. Pretty neat. Looks like Steadley's got some Glock parts in there. Chris,
Now that's pretty.
another one from Steadley, getting some reposts in from Easy. There's Ghost's new logo. With
That's
the,
pretty neat.
what do you call it? Like the stainless steel kind of look. Bunch of loot that you got at the gun show.
Yeah,
Did he
that's
get
awesome.
his knife there too?
I don't remember. You might have. I remember the bat though, or the.
Do you remember this shotgun? How you were gonna buy this shotgun, and then Angry was like, "Oh, I'm gonna pooch the shit out of you," and went and bought that shotgun off from under you. Do you remember that part?
It's very much apocalyptic shop.
You bought both of these at the SAR show, and the gun.
Nah. No, I think the gun was his already.
This one's pretty nice.
That's neat. I wonder if he has it balanced in there, or like the trigger's wedged in somehow.
I think it's
Oh,
just
no.
balanced. They balance.
Yeah, it looks
That's how good those guns are. This one's okay, but I
Hot
don't know.
melt blue.
I don't understand the senseless removal of the bayonet from this picture. I refuse to give it apart. I don't understand.
What are we in? What are we here in California or something?
What do you mean? It's there.
But I know, but he cut off the blade part, and just to piss him off, I'm gonna like the repost, but not his. So that's just messing with him. Then we got Ghost posting this. You would think a grown man had something else better to do than take a picture of another grown man eating a pretzel and then post it on the internet. But
How do you know it's a pretzel?
I was standing there watching him eat.
I thought it looked like a piece of beef jerky, but yeah.
Huh, he was licking the pretzel, like the salt off of it. It's pretty gross.
Man jerky.
Oh, man. So then we got an SKS here, which is also called man jerky, I guess. See how much nicer they look? If you're going to color fill in white. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, now that looks good, but it's personal taste. I mean,
Well, did you see that red one before? I was just saying the
yeah,
red.
I mean, it's not the color I would pick.
Yeah, it
The white pops more. I don't know.
I mean, I pick white just simply because I'm Caucasian.
Wait, that last one was cool. I think there was actually a couple pictures in that last one.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. Yeah, it's a big
That one's pretty.
on the inside folder. Everybody doesn't have like a dozen of these.
Yeah, really. Yeah.
So there's a bunch of stuff going out from Clover. Did the same thing to that one. I like zapped it with the filters and tried it and lightened it up. Oh,
That's
yes.
personalization.
Try explaining this in court.
Yeah, exactly. Is that so your shots will for sure hit them and kill the poor victim?
Oh, the last thing I remember him muttering was, "Do you feel lucky?" The last thing he says was, "Luck of the Irish," and then
Oh, you don't have the luck of the Irish, do you, boy?
it looks like Smeggy got a bunch of this is all stuff from his loot. We're gonna show Loophole Tour.
Oh, sweet.
So we're doing a rainbow of bullets. Kind of cool.
Feel
I
we
like
see-
that.
Clover's all about the rainbow.
Look at that. Lock
17L?
Yes, nice. The Gen 4 though, so it's got a big beaver tail thing going on too. So he's got a 17L, and he puts the thing on the back, and he leaves the plastic like Glock thing up front.
Well, that's so that if he ever wants to sell it, he can take that RMR off and just you put the rear sight back in and be able to keep the RMR.
This gun they ain't giving away. They ain't giving that thing away. I'm just saying, put a couple bucks in a piece of metal up here instead of that piece of plastic. Piece of metal.
There's a
Yeah.
tool they make for that. It's only like $8.
Then we got a really. This took me a second to figure out what this was the first time I seen it.
Loaded slugs?
I
Not
don't know if
triple
it
out
was
buck.
like a toy or something. I was like, oh wait. There's Pink's snowflake lower.
Yeah, that's neat. I can't wait to see how he color fills that.
Yeah.
So there's Bob's picture of the way you're gonna lay out your decals.
Yep. That's the decals going to go on the side of the camper.
Look,
Sweet.
see, so that's the way it came, and then I did the repost app, and then it gets shoved into Instagram through the repost app, and then it goes through Instagram just like if you pulled it out of your computer's or your phone's memory. So it's going to let me go through the editing steps just like it would with any other picture in Instagram. So I forgot the two. It's like all the way to the right, and it's like shadow or something, and you apply it, and then boom, it brightens it up, gives a little bit of contrast. I don't think I lost too much. I lost a little bit of contrast on the sticker that says gun channels,
Mhm.
but I think it's worth it for brightening all this part up.
Yeah.
It just makes the table more contrast to the background, I think. Anyway, that was like 2 or 3 clicks with the Instagram, and then popped it out on the gun channels channel.
I've got about half the decals applied now. So,
Um,
You got the stripper clip one sideways.
yeah, I changed that already. Yeah. Actually, yeah. G-Web's mentioned that.
All right, well, that was about 30 of them. I started down here somewhere, and you guys have an obvious choice yet?
I'm gonna vote for Angry's. I
Angry.
like the trench warfare pick.
This one.
You mean the end of the world?
Yeah. The
I'm going for the apocalypse post too. I like it.
Uh-oh. Dano?
Can you scroll to the bottom again?
I think it was around here that we started. I think this
That
one
was at the Clover, I think.
This one, yeah.
I'm thinking about the homie.
This dude, this was last week, so you'd have
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right, well, I'm torn. It's either going to be the NAA, which is a cool picture of an NAA, or Clover's 1000. What do you think?
I'm thinking about the Ghost logo.
The
That
Ghost?
one's pretty cool.
Shit. Well, then, if Dano's going to take the Ghost logo, you guys took this one. I'm taking this one. You'll still win, but at least we got all three of them in a row. So the best pictures on Instagram.
Yeah, there you go.
This way. All right, so there you go. So now we've answered it, and Angry wins. So there you go. We don't give anything. Wins this, do we?
I don't know.
Greedy. Being so greedy.
Yeah. It's just a gratification of knowing that they got to have their pictures judged.
Satisfied that you won, Angry? Do you need another prize?
No kidding, eh?
Hey, we have a new subscriber. So look at this. You guys get this thing? I just know. Oh, it went away. I get a little box up here when somebody subscribes to the channel, and I never noticed it before. Maybe nobody ever subscribes to my stuff when I'm live.
Yeah, I've never noticed that either. That's cool.
All right. Well, with that, I think we are wrapping it up. That was episode 463. We talked about sex and guns. Then we talked about stowing furniture around the house, hiding guns in furniture around the house. We decided it's a good idea. We did the hashtag Daily Gun Show showdown. We had 30 pictures come in this week. That's pretty awesome. What is that, 6 a day? No, a little less than that, but it was quite a few. So appreciate everybody who's jumping in on that. This will be the first week we're doing the hashtag Daily Gun Show showdown at the new time slot, right? So with a lot more people watching, hopefully we'll see a lot more activity over there on the IG. And talk about the gun shop today, and the fact that today is both the anniversary of Sandy Hook, which is and there's going to be a lot of people trying to bring all that up, especially because they think they're going to get some political advantage with HR 38 going through. But it's also, let's not forget Brian Terry and Fast and Furious. And if we forget about those things, don't hold feet to the fire, then there are no consequences. We are the consequences, our memory of that and whatnot. So take all these things to your shows, have fun with them. And there's a whole bunch of stuff happening in the morning, like what are you guys calling it in the morning?
Well, tomorrow I'm going to actually, I worked it out with Sean. I'm going to jump on and do, I guess, the original early watch. We're going to just do maybe an hour, maybe 2 hours, see how it goes.
So this is just like New Coke. This is the same kind of fiasco. You guys were like, oh, we're going to rebrand and it's going to taste great. And then everybody's like, and then you're like, hey, it's Classic Jimmy coming back on Wednesday or Thursday.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. That's what we had to do. We had to go to come back, so we're seeming like we're fresh now. So we're gonna come with that.
You just said semen right in front of Bob. Come on.
So is the plan still to start at 9 a.m. Eastern?
Yes, sir. It's starting at 9 a.m. Eastern, and then after we're done, like I said, it's either going to be an hour or 2 hours, and then Pawnery's going to run the lobby till prime time or until midday, whatever.
Jimmy, don't call Dano sir. He gets full of himself.
So when you started off, you were doing like almost an all-day show. What happened?
Yeah. That started to suck. So.
Okay.
Our show to noon.
Well, yeah, that too.
Help out, and then, well, circumstances change. Right now, you got Pawnery, who's able to run massive lobbies during the day, which works out, and you got Tony and Pawnery and Jimmy. I'll jump in there angry quite often. So that's a pretty, what do you call that when like a bunch of people collaborate on something like that?
A collaborative effort.
Like
I
a
guess so.
cast.
Yeah, and also it's like a cast. So you've got people that, cover it. It's pretty neat.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah,
an
we try to have
all-star.
some news.
It's like
Yeah,
you
try
got
to-
the all-stars on, yeah.
Yeah, I guess. We're happy with the B team, I guess. But yeah, so that's everything tomorrow, and then it's Thursday night. So Clover's gonna be coming on prime time. Crap, just had a brain fart. What else comes on Thursday?
Tech Daddy with Gun News Weekly, and then it'll be me and Matt are back on. We have to do Yankee Show again Thursday. Then
Oh, okay.
at Clover though, right? And then when does Ellis do a show? He just does them on Tuesdays and
Thursday. Should be Thursday.
yeah, okay. I thought he did a Thursday show.
What? Alice does a Thursday show? I must have been missing it.
Yeah, I guess you did miss his Thursday show.
Yeah, one in particular for sure.
Oh, and then let's not forget Heavy's show that he does. Oh yeah, Heavy doesn't do a show anymore.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. Heavy is new show.
All right. Well, that sounds like what's happening tomorrow on the Gun channels. We'll be back here at midnight with episode number 464. Is that a calendar?
Nope.
That's something. We'll be talking about CCW, CCW on a budget specifically. We'll talk about gun stuff, gun gifts under $20. So gun gifts you can give to a kid or to somebody you might know from work or something.
So we're going to be talking about Ring of Fire guns.
I wish I could get them for under $20. I'd have a lot more. Then training. What's the best distance to actually train with the different guns and for different purposes? So what's the best distances to actually train? We'll talk about all that. We'll talk about a gun shop and everything else.
So you're going to start like from training with a little palm pistol all the way up to a 50 BMG rifle.
Sure. If that's why we want to do it.
I don't know. I'm just asking. I don't know what you had.
I don't really think about it either. I just put the topics in there, and then whenever we start the show, we wing it and we figure out how we want to run that topic.
Yeah.
That'd be a great name for a new show called Wing It.
Yeah, all about duck hunting.
Which
So
is
it'd
the
be like
name of a Tuesday show on at 9 o'clock. Wing It.
Okay.
Yep.
Well,
Let's remember that we got a Patreon over there. We got people who support us on the Daily Gun Show. We have a separate one for the Daily Gun Show. We also have the gun websites one, where we're driving around the country doing the tour, checking out gun shops and spending money that's contributed by our supporters. And we spread that money around to gun shops and people that set up the gun shows and create videos and share the adventures. So if it's interesting and it's something sounds interesting to you, then check it out on the Patreon. We have a convenient link in everything we do. All right, I think Bob.
All right. So I think we can wrap it up now. So we're going to do a quote as usual. This one's by, oh gosh, Winston Churchill. But this one's kind of timely for the season. So before that, though, I just want to remind everybody, like, share, subscribe. I mean, come on. We want to get this channel going a little more. If you really like us and you really want to support us on Patreon. There's a link in the show description. But on with our quote. Winston Churchill. Christmas is a season not only for rejoicing, but of reflection. So on those wise words from a very wise man, thanks everybody for watching and listening. We'll see you all tomorrow.
The guys and gals at gunwebsites.com encourage you to take a CCW class every year, practice at least once a month, and carry every day. Thanks for watching gunwebsites.com.
Regulators. We regulate any stealing of his property. We're damn good, too. But you can't be any geek off the street. Gotta be handy with the steel, if you know what I mean. Earn your keep. Regulators!